Oh, look who just popped up.
We're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Screams of the Sun, the Changing Breeds Chronicles we're running here on Final Show Films. I'm Julia of the Zodiac System, and I will be your storyteller for the evening. We're joined by a fantastic cast of role players. They let me mentally and emotionally abuse them at least once a week, and we put it on the internet for you guys to view at your leisure. So, we will start our introductions today with, are you telling me a shrimp fried this rice, Katie?
Hi, I'm Katie. I play Carrie Nichols, who is a Hamid Korax, Hermetic Order of Swift Light.
Is the Pink Pony Club a one-handed weapon or two? Siobhan.
It's gender euphoria.
Yeah.
I'm Siobhan. Hi, I forgot my own name there for a second. I'm Siobhan. I'm playing Clover, Dr. Clover McKee, who is a Korax Sun Lost.
Everyone trusts me, so who wants to put on blindfolds and get in my car, William or Shawnee?
Look, I would only drive you to the most fun places. Hi, I am William or Shawnee, and I am playing Callisto, the Hamid Gural of the Mountain Guardians.
I'm going to teach you how to make a pizza using only a phone and a credit card. Drevian.
I have a problem with that because I don't have credit cards.
But I'll teach you, and then you can teach them.
Yeah.
I'll teach you how to make a pizza with a phone and a credit card. Give me your credit card first. Anyways, I play Connor McLaughlin, a Coelacanth Bastat.
Feel free to test that assumption at your earliest convenience. Jeremy.
Hi,
I am Jeremy. I've been here the whole time, I swear. And I am playing Crystal Arias, who is a Hamid Nuisha.
All right. And as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, and the following are some good news stories that I want to share from the last week to hopefully bring some smiles to your faces. History has been made by Sophia Park, a California resident of the age of 17, breaking the world record and becoming the youngest person to pass the California State Bar.
Damn.
Nice.
I'm sorry, how?
17 years old.
17.
Past the bar.
And you know who held the record before that?
Excuse
Her
me, I need to go climb up on the top of my house and jump off head first.
Oh. Siberian prospectors came across the remains of an almost perfectly preserved Smilodon specimen, described as the saber-toothed kitten. This specimen was found frozen in permafrost and has provided a look into the past to show how the creature truly looked as of until this point. All portrayals of the saber-toothed cat have been educated guesses.
Baby, he's so cute.
The fur is not the color we were expecting. It's sort of a deep chestnut brown versus the like tan lion colored skin or fur that we see in today's breeds. On an expedition to the Solomon Islands, divers affiliated with the National Geographic have found the world's largest single coral colony ever recorded. It's longer than the largest blue whale at 34 meters or 111 feet in length, and with a width of 32 meters or 105 feet in length, or in width. Experts believe that it may have been growing for between 300 and 500 years. So,
Big coral.
hey, the coral reefs are dying constantly. I will take any new coral that we find.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's in the ocean.
last time, our menagerie all gathered at Callisto's cabin after debriefing Clover of the previous night's event. The group learned that neither Carrie nor Clover had any knowledge of the Korax that changed them. Both of the Ravens chose to deal with this information in their own way. Carrie decided to get some alcohol for her coffee as Clover turned to hallucinogens. Both of them were greeted with crows or ravens that seemed to carry messages. Clover learned of the three-eyed raven and the wickedness of them, and Carrie's messenger brought more physical means of communication in the form of a vial filled with a bit of blood and a crow's feather, which, when uncorked,
It was vomit.
It was vomited out, yes. When uncorked, it summoned a being who dubbed themselves as unimportant. The menagerie questioned the newcomer who offered veiled answers and a bit of knowledge to the origins of the Korax. Carrie had all of her traumatic experiences revealed to her, along with the vision of the man who both saved her and changed her during her accident. With the promise of flying lessons and hopefully more answers on the horizon, the group left the Umbra and began planning the next steps in their investigation. So, as you all return from the Umbra, I believe a bracelet has been exchanged with Ringtail that he is now wearing as a crown, and that is where you guys are at currently. Still in Callisto's living room.
I can't remember. Did I give him amethyst? Ringtail?
Howlite.
Helllight. Thank you. Clover sits down across from Ringtail and takes off her big sun hat and then takes off 3 of her bracelets and puts them on her head.
He nods at you, which causes the bracelet to fall off of the back of his head. But he does not seem to notice.
Clover will pick it up and replace it.
Carrie is going to go back into the kitchen, pour a new cup of coffee since the old one's been sitting on the counter for God knows how long.
It's gone cold.
A little more. Makes it an Irish coffee. Grabs a packet of fruit snacks, opens them, and throws them at Ringtail.
He will gladly begin gathering those up and sorting them into the piles of the different Fruit Loops that are on the floor, putting them in different colors.
Harry will just nod, smile, sigh, and go sit on the sofa and process.
All right. Well, I'm not really the idea person around here, so who's got the plan for what's next?
Did you guys learn what you needed to, or should we get a hold of One Wing?
We definitely need to get a hold of One Wing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That we do. That's a big thing.
Yeah, we we definitely need to consult One Wing. As for anything else, I'm I'm processing. Sorry.
There's more Korax in the area. We might be able to speak to them.
We could. We absolutely could.
I would just really like. I know I need to learn shit, obviously, because.
Mm-hmm.
But now, since I've had a download of what I can't remember, I or PTSD, whatever.
Yeah, how's that going, by the way?
Oh, the PTSD constant.
Well, no, the download.
Oh, it is what it is. I haven't decided how I feel about it yet.
Clover pulls out a Ziploc bag full of gummy worms, a Ziploc bag full of fruit snacks, and then 2 joints, and then a pill bottle. Goes, pick your poison.
Harry takes a joint
Yeah, they're really cramping my style as intending to be the menagerie drug dealer here.
I'm not dealing. I don't accept cash for anything that I give.
Listen,
That's my point. You're
I will
undercutting
gladly
me.
do drugs from you too. Chances are this is going to take a long time to process. She just has the goods right here, right now. Convenience.
I mean, I also have mine. And Pat's the satchel bag sitting beside the couch.
To be fair, I let the record show that this pill bottle, she will hold up and it says Clover McKee on it, like it is actually her prescription, and it
Yeah.
says clonazepam. But
Y'all
don't take
have fun with that.
this with that, and she'll point to the joint. But everything else is fine.
The joint and the Irish coffee will do for now. We'll see if the stronger stuff is needed later. But I mostly want to think through things with a clear-ish head.
To be
Um,
to be fair, the fruit snack or no, the gummy worms are particularly potent this time around. I distribute
Hey.
them.
Thank you for the warning. Thank you for the warning after the fact, but thank you.
That's the proper way you're supposed to warn your friends about drugs, is after they've taken the drugs.
You didn't take the gummy
I didn't take
worms,
it.
it's
I was like,
fine.
yeah,
Okay,
that's
good,
like
good.
anything gummy. I'm like, she may have put that in the wrong.
Yeah, that's why they're all different shapes, so she know which is which. Gummy worms and fruit snacks, yeah.
Um, but Carrie is just going to say, I know I need to learn shit. Still processing how I feel about everything. Knowing there's not really anything I can do to change the past, but as she breathes, but what I do know is I it's a bit selfish, but I want to find the person who turned me and just ask them why. I need to know why. I need to know who they are. I need to know their intentions. I need to
Well,
I would appreciate that closure, but at the same time, I understand that's not a priority and we have work that we need to do.
Well, I believe I mentioned in the Umbra that keeping our group at optimum efficiency is a priority. And if
Correct.
this is going to be something that nags at you, we need to resolve it so you can be at optimum efficiency.
No, I'm really good at prioritizing. I'll be okay.
But you'd be more okay if we resolved it.
I mean, I'd be more okay if I won the lottery, but it's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but one of those things we can do.
Crystal is
It's
as
the
good a drug
lottery, isn't
dealer
it?
she says she is. She should have plenty of money for us to get a lot of scratchers.
Well, I'm not going to have the money if you keep undercutting me. But that's not the point.
Look, you want to give me some stuff? Would that make you feel
No,
better?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I make plenty of money selling elsewhere. It's fine.
You should meet my dealer. Perhaps you could collab.
Maybe. We'll see.
Pretty
No,
I tend to be
certainly.
very particular about who I work with.
I think they're
You don't
humans.
you don't say. You particular?
Well, I mean, clearly I'm not particular about who I menagerie with, but in terms of who I work with in a drug dealing business relationship, yes.
I'm an excellent judge of character.
I love you too.
Listen, if I agree with Callisto, it's important to find this out because you're not going to be operating as good as you can until you get past this.
We can't take down mega corporations if we're not at 100%.
But I'm never at 100%. I've never been 100% a day in my life, even before all this happened. Okay, me not being at 100% has never stopped me from doing anything.
When we say 100%, we mean 100% on a curve.
On a curve, on a straight line, on a desk, I don't know what the fucking A. Like, I've never been 100%. But again, I don't have time for that to stop me. There's shit to do.
Yep, and there always will be that will conveniently allow you to push stuff off.
Yes, but most stuff isn't gonna end the fucking world as we know it, like uh like the worm infected worm things from the other side in
Listen,
what's his face who's hearing mockingbirds.
listen, here's the thing. When we stop this and prevent this particular apocalypse from happening, there will be another one. And then another one until there is the apocalypse. We can't stop. That's just the way it's going to be.
Yes, and in between apocalypses, I will deal with it.
No, in between apocalypses, we'll have another one that we have to start dealing with. I know, believe me, I know how this works. I've spoken with the wolves for more than 5 minutes. So
Usually, at least one of those 15 apocalypses is because of the wolves, anyway.
I don't think it's their fault. They're just not going about it the right way. That's a whole thing. Anyways, it definitely
Everybody
is
thinks that
fine.
they have the plan to make everything work and everything be right, but nobody knows what they're doing.
Is that Ringtail?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what you're doing?
No, of course I don't.
The
I know-
raccoon, of course not.
I
I
don't
know-
know.
Nothing against raccoons specifically, obviously, clearly, but
Raccoons always feel like they have a plan. Or at
like
least an end goal.
It's the mask.
It's full of
I,
secrets.
I know what the raccoon's doing. Sorting gummy snacks and slides over more gummy snacks.
Continues just putting things in piles.
anyway, what is our next step in terms of yes, we're gonna go find your maker. I don't know what the term is. Kidnapper.
No. Okay. Did they see anything of what happened, or was it just me?
That was all just you.
It's all just me. Okay, so she's going to tell the story of what happened and what she saw. And do I need to repeat any of that, or does anybody like need a refresher course? Or
Yes.
okay,
It's been 7 whole days.
okay. I just didn't want to bore anybody if everybody already remembered it. So about I can't remember. Katie can't remember timelines. About 6 years back, when I was still living in New Mexico, with my mother and grandmother, I was driving home from work, and my I was T-boned on the driver's side. Again, since that happened, not a lot I can remember, but I remember, or I was shown, I was pretty much bleeding out, not supposed to survive. My leg was completely shattered. Yeah, and of course you hear there's the pedestrians and people calling ambulances and 911, and this guy in like blue collar coveralls, this totally ordinary looking guy, comes over and I can't even remember what he said. That's Katie, not me. It was she said, but he said he plunged a feather into my eye. Everything was cloudy, and he said something like, "In the name of Gaia, you will live, you will be saved." And then he just ran off the scene. And
Specifically, it was "You Will Fly."
you will fly. Yeah. Thank you. By the life I got, you will be saved, and you will fly.
Okay.
And that's it. That's where the information download.
Is this and is it someone you recognize?
Total stranger. It's like he pulled me from the car, put me on the ground, said what he said, stabbed me in the eye, and then left the scene.
Did he look like a drifter?
No, he
or
just
did
looked
he look
like he just had like those like the blue collar coverall, like works in a factory or mechanic type shop.
and this is how long ago?
6 years ago, more or less, in New Mexico.
Well, if
Are we
anyone's
going to
gonna,
fucking New Mexico?
probably not. If anyone's gonna know who that person was, it's gonna be one of the Korax who's actually tied into the whole information network.
Who is it? Wing, the one we
One
know
wing
here.
will
One
be
wing.
will be our
One
best
wing.
bet on finding out who that person was. In the
There we
first
go.
place.
So, which makes me think he didn't do it with ill intent, but at the same time,
No,
didn't stick
that
around.
doesn't sound like a malicious life saving, and complete transformation of who and what you are. All right, where do we get a hold of One Wing? Where do we find him?
I pull up the contact card and set the phone on the coffee table. Well, when we're ready, I can just ring them up.
I think we're ready.
Says, when did you have that
Got it before we went into the Umbra.
Oh, that's right.
Right, and it's dials One Wing.
While you all figure that out, I got some work to do before we head out. As Callisto grabs an actual wood cutting axe off of a shelf and steps outside.
It's
The
just-
phone rings.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Clover's just playing with helping sort all of the different color things with, like, she's eyes big as saucers, just not quite here right now.
She ate some of the gummy worms, didn't she?
No, she
Hey.
took 8 hits of acid
She took
before
8
going
hits
into the
acid
Umbra.
before we went into the Umbra.
the acid.
She can see sound right now.
Yeah.
I forgot the acid.
That reminds me of a story that has to be saved for break time. So someone else remind me. But the phone rings twice, and the sounds of the city can be heard. There's a lot of rushing wind, and then, yeah, what's up? Who's this?
Hi, this is Connor. I got your number from Thomas. I have 2 Koraks here with questions.
That Thomas. Okay. Oh yeah. It was Carrie and Clover, right? That was their names. Okay.
Indeed.
Good. Yeah. So when do you? What exactly do they need info about?
All of the above.
Just about everything.
Life, the universe, and everything.
Do you have a time and place we can meet up so you can actually go over stuff?
Yeah. I can. Yeah, we can meet at my place. I'll send you the address. Give me an hour.
All right.
That way I can at least get some coffee and wake up. All right. I didn't ask name. I'm One Wing. Who am I talking to?
I'm Connor.
Connor. Okay. Oh, you did say your name.
He's not.
I will see you in an hour.
So,
How far? Where's the address?
It's a downtown address, so it's gonna be about an hour for you guys
I
to
was
get
gonna
there.
say. I walk out just as probably just as Callista's getting ready. Like, all right, we're leaving. Come on.
Axe up mid swing. The fuck you mean we're leaving?
Well, specifically, she's done that thing where you because her normal shirt is a sort of like plaid flannel. She's done that thing where you keep the lower half buttoned around the waist while she shrugs out of the upper half of it to reveal the sort of like the black singlet underneath. As she's basically just there were like what looked like whole trees like piled up next to her house ready to be split, and she's already taken the first swing and just chopped one of the trees cleanly in half.
I don't know. We were pretty quick, and it takes time to like set up the phone for the TikToks, and unbeknownst to us, Callisto like makes all of her money just on
thirst traps.
Yep, thirst trap videos
on lumberjack thirst traps.
lumber snack.
Listen, it's a whole industry.
It is. I know.
Ever since I've started playing that game, it's in my it's in my algorithm as a woman who cuts lumber for Facebook. I just want you to know. It was like after session 1, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
But the group gathers.
There is a tree that has now been split into 2 smaller trees as you come out and say that.
Clover comes out and starts singing, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
She hadn't had time to work up a sweat yet, so she just sort of shrugs the flannel back on.
See if I can do this.
So you all pile into. Are you all taking one vehicle this time, or are we still doing?
Can't drive.
Well, yeah, Clover can't drive. It's going to be more than likely it's going to be the bitch mobile, and if Callisto wants to take her truck.
Callisto doesn't like not being in driver's seat of any vehicle because she's very large and does not like being not in control of the thing conveying her.
Fair enough.
So she will definitely drive her own truck.
So what you're saying is I definitely need to get jam technology at some point.
Need to get what?
It's a gift. It does exactly what it sounds like, jam technology.
I mean, if you want to jam your own vehicle.
See if you do it. It's like Fireball if you position it in the proper, if you position yourself on the grid in the proper place where it hits one car and not the other one.
You just said it
just
hits like
in the middle of the visual. There's just like a very carefully laid out, like satellite map of the area with like perfectly worked out where Crystal needs to be.
say
But do you have mapped out how fast you need to run afterwards?
see
It's not going to break the car. It just stopped the car from functioning for a short time, and then it'll function again.
see you said it's like Fireball and then like it never goes as planned.
More
So
accurate, yes.
Yeah.
Crystal just gets a laser rangefinder, and we just see Crystal just stepping backwards until it hits the right number. And then,
Hold on.
and then it stops working.
Yeah, nope. Let me check Google Maps, make sure. All right.
Let me drop
focus.
it.
And
Huh,
botch.
how weird. Your car isn't working. I wonder why that is.
Funny, I know why that is, and I know who's gonna fix it unless they want to be buried.
Anyways,
So the two vehicles make their way into Sacramento. And you all arrive at the address. This is not the best neighborhood. But he meets you at the front door of the building, walks you up the steps into his third-story apartment, which has roof access.
delightfully, an hour is just long enough to get through the entire Rock of Ages soundtrack. So, the movie soundtrack, of course, not the musical.
Yeah, of course.
Because you have to hear Tom Cruise sing Paradise City.
I really don't.
Weirdly, it's actually really good. Like unironically,
I just don't like Tom Cruise.
and that is 100% fair.
Like you do, you. Like I'm sure it's amazing. Like I would just be like the
I
whole
still
entire
stand by the fact that he was a perfect casting for Lestat because he's unhinged enough to play him.
Yep, which is honestly why he's perfect casting for Stacey Jacks in Rock of Ages, because he plays him like
himself.
he plays him like a spacier Axl Rose. And it's fucking hilarious. Anyways.
So he unlocks the door to the very sparsely decorated apartment. There are beer bottles scattered everywhere. A few pizza boxes just sort of thrown in the corner. And he walks over, reaches up to a small handle in the middle of his living room and just pulls down a set of stairs. Shall we?
Yep.
Yep.
Scrambles up them like a creature.
Because you are one now. But yeah, it is roof access, and he pulls the ladder back up to shut it. We won't be bothered here. And if y'all need to just sort of points to the open sky.
Yeah, about that. That's kind of why we're here.
Okay. Exactly how much do the two of you know about any of this?
Yes.
Very small amounts.
Is she good?
I'm dandy.
That's her norm.
All right.
No, it's not quite her norm. That's several hits of acid.
Is tripping
Over normal.
absolute balls at the moment.
Like I said, norm.
Wrong word of use that did not get picked up.
Yeah.
Whatever Clover just said did not read.
Oh, you look like a Picasso painting, she says, looking at one and just starts moving her hand.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Flight training's gonna have to wait for you.
So as it stands, in Charlotte, not Charlotte, shit. What's my name?
Carrie.
Carrie, thank you. God, wrong fucking game. Carrie, just basically tells her story that she has no idea who turned her, that she was turned after an accident, and that she never received any basic training, as it were, and is just no pun intended, kind of been winging it for the past uh few
6
years. 6 years.
6.
6.
Where you come from originally?
New Mexico.
Okay. And she came from Portland?
I think so.
Okay.
That's what's been said.
Neither of them got any kind of education.
I have
Even a little.
I have a description because I was given a download in the Umbra of all my past trauma history. I don't know if that would help.
Juliet, is there... I should have asked this before now. Carrie, having grown up in the same, within a stone's throw of where Crystal grew up, but Crystal had her first change before. Do I know any Korax in the general Albuquerque, Los Alamos general? Those are two different areas, but general vicinity.
You too. And now that you've had a little bit more information thrown out, a basic description, there's one guy in particular that sounds like. And sorry, screaming in my head.
You get
That would be Mouse.
notes.
He said there was more to his deed name at one point, but lost a bit of it.
One Wing, do you know someone named Mouse?
I mean, I know someone named Mice Hunter.
That might be from that general vicinity.
Actually, yeah. Moved that out that way like 10 years ago.
Brawler factory job.
Yeah.
I think we found your person.
I can try and get in contact with him if you want to speak.
I mean, I definitely have questions. I just um, sorry, everything's just kind of hitting me at once. I'm gonna go walk over there for just a second. She's just gotta find another corner of the roof just to like
Sit and
breathe.
process.
Breathe. Yeah.
Clover is on her back, on the floor, singing Pink Pony Club.
I would like to say I could give her some answers, but she's kind of bouncing through different areas of the Umber right now. If I had to guess,
Mhm.
She tunes in just enough to go, well, if you saw a three-eyed raven, you'd feel the same way.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
um, just because she's on an insane amount of drugs. She said three-eyed raven, right?
Yep.
Absolutely did.
Okay,
And that's
cool,
not
cool,
just the
cool.
drugs talking.
It was great knowing all of you. I need you to get out of my house.
I'm gonna need you to explain a bit.
Oh, I will not be associated with anybody who's involved with the three-eyed raven.
Oh no, baby boy.
To
Unfortunately,
be
you
fair,
already
you
are.
didn't like me.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying this is your fault, but your people failed these two.
I can't disagree with you on that.
That needs to be rectified. And if it's not going to be you, look, it's going to be somebody.
And we'll just let whatever shame falls upon those who refuse the task be what it may.
Because right now, our options are getting answers from you,
Mm-hmm.
or, and we might do this anyways, uh, uh, going to find Mice Hunter and getting answers from them. And that's just going to annoy me.
Okay, last thing I need is a pissed off Nuisha sitting in my presence. So yeah, I can help. Not that you're not scary, Callisto, but more she's creative.
Yeah, I'm slow to anger, and you get a surety of death when you piss me off.
And I don't anger. I just keep it going.
You don't get mad, you get even.
No, I don't get mad. I make you wish I would get even.
See. Okay, yeah, I can. No one else knows about that, right?
There was someone unimportant.
Yeah, anyone who knows is unimportant.
Okay.
You will wait to see if he puts that together.
Something real quick.
I can't tell if it's a botch or like 6 successes.
Wait a second. Is that with a capital I?
Capital U, I'm pretty
Crystal
certain.
just
Yes.
smiles.
You.
I mean, he could have been like Billie Eilish that writes everything in lowercase.
Or E.E. Cummings. I know I'm not there. That was a Katie comment.
No, you're good. Okay. We can definitely continue to seek answers from him. That I will not. I won't stop that.
Yeah, he seemed more interested in having us find answers through more corporeal sources of information.
Of course he did. No, that's fine. It's what we're supposed to do. Yeah, there's multiple ways we can go about this. Either the two of you can hang out with me for a few days. I can teach the two of you how to fly. You're gonna need to not be completely fucked up when that happens.
No can do, amigo. Sobriety feels very bad. It's
Are you
very
spirit
wrong.
touched?
Sorry?
Are you spirit touched?
Yeah, and no one's ever taught her how to handle the voices.
This is why you don't just.
Mm-hmm.
This is why there are rules. And this is why there's a way to do this.
Yeah, and it's not our fault that it failed us.
Nope.
No, it's not. It's not your fault in any way, shape, or form.
Carrie says coming back defensively.
But Clover, anyone who's looking at her gets the impression that she is very much under the impression this has never been her fault.
Right.
This is what?
It's never been her fault. It's
No.
just stuff that has happened to her.
That's why we might be going to go visit, going to New Mexico anyways, because I feel like you need to have a conversation with someone, and we mediated through my good friend Harry.
Is that a name or
How
just
old's Harry?
Harry is, well, I've been a good friend of Harry since I was a teenager.
Harry himself about 45.
That's
Fairly close.
we can be friends with Harry. Yeah, so
How would you rate your friend Harry's cleanliness level? Would you say he's dirty?
I mean, he likes to be, but I keep him very clean.
To adjust that because he needs to be more iconic.
So, yeah, I guess we need some spirit lessons for the two of you.
Yep.
God,
I have some experience dealing with voices in your head, but I'm not at the stage of my life where I'm an expert on that matter.
I mean,
and you're sure it's not like a schizo
Would
affectoid?
we be talking to you about this if we weren't sure?
I just need to know what I'm working with, because some mundane disorders can present as spirit touched.
it's absolutely fair.
Listen, I'm getting less and less confident about this.
When I went on my grippy sock vacation, they said there was no schizophrenia.
Good enough. Okay.
At least
Um,
previous to my change.
how old are you?
24.
You'd have a long time before anything started presenting anyway. So I did a few years as undergrad for, I wanted to become a psychiatrist before all of this. Now I just see the way that people in my inner circle are broken and have no way to handle and fix that. But I can give some help here. I don't necessarily have as much experience with the spirit side of it, but I know people who will be able to help. And I can reach out to them. It might take a day or two to get everybody on board, but I can arrange. I can arrange somebody to teach Clover spirit stuff. I can help both of you fly to the best of her ability, I suppose. At least until we can get
I believe
your
Unimportant was going to try and aim for some flying lessons tomorrow as well.
okay. Okay, so when two crows meet each other and they fall in love,
I've had this talk.
I will slap you.
some time
Please
goes by and you
continue. I
pass
wanna know
forward.
if the mechanics are different.
I mean, there's different parts, but we won't go into that.
Listen. Okay. hold before you get too far into lecture mode. Let me just say something. Before we start any kind of lesson, I need to let you know that I am naturally a fairly roll with the flow, happy go lucky kind of person, but I will tell you right now, even with all the changes in my life over the past 6 years, help or no help, I had myself. And there will be no feeling sorry for me. There will be no pitying me. There will be no, insulting my intelligence. I admit there's a lot I don't know, but there's also a lot I can do because I have survived to this point. Maybe not flourish, but I've survived. So I know I look pretty and I know I look shiny and I may look a little bit ditzy, but I built myself. I had no choice. That's what I do. That's what generations of women in my family have done. And they were not crows. At least you didn't call them that to their faces. But anyway,
One Wing reaches over and sloughs the jacket off of his left side and just shows that missing arm. I know a thing or two about working with disability, and I'm glad to see that it strengthened you instead of destroyed you.
I had no choice.
We often don't.
No, I mean, I had no choice but to be. There was
One-
never any other option. And don't want it to sound like I'm coming at you and insulting your intelligence or insulting your knowledge. I'm not. I know you're here to help. I just, you will not believe the looks people give you after when you have to learn how to walk again. I mean, maybe you have some kind of idea, but I'm not incapable just because of
You
my
left-handed?
ignorance.
Yeah.
I think he's got some idea.
I'm just putting my foot in my mouth, and I'm sorry, but
No, you wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to treat you like any regular run of the mill teacher would. You want to make sure that I'm giving you to the best treatment and actually, supporting you and not just doing what I can to pass you along to the next teacher.
that's precisely what I mean.
Yeah, no. He'll stand up and he will just raise out that one arm and just shift into crow form, which does have two wings.
I take it the one-arm situation was prior to being changed.
He'll take a second and shift back into a form that can speak. He does go back to full Hamid. I lost my arm when I was about 16. I decided to get some work on a farm. Got paid under the table. Got my arm stuck in a piece of equipment. Lost it up to the shoulder. But that was about 2 years before I got approached.
So, and if this is too much, I'm sorry. How does it work that one form has one arm and your other form has two wings?
I'd love to know.
Again, I'm sorry if that's
No, it doesn't bother me in any way. You're just curious, and that's fine.
Have you ever taken any of your other two forms, Gary?
Have you ever shifted?
have I ever shifted?
Yeah.
Since your first one, obviously. Not people don't usually remember the first one.
I don't really think she has. Honestly. Like I think maybe it happened. Like I think maybe it happened once or twice initially, and then she just didn't know how to replicate it. So she just
Most have a first change, and that is the thing that signals that you are now fully a changing breed. And they don't usually remember the first change.
yeah. So I think it probably yeah, after the first change, there may have been one other time, and then she became kind of obsessed with replicating it and then just never did. And so she just like she does, she's like, okay, I'll figure this out later and
Never did. Yeah.
never did. Yeah.
I want you to change. I want you to take your Krynos form. So I want you to this is going to take focus and practice. I need you to feel as a metaphysical sort of thing, but I need you to feel and reach inside of you for that connection.
Yeah.
It's going to feel alien almost. And I need you to grip it and bring it out. And if Carrie is trying to change, I will need a stamina primal urge roll, difficulty 6.
Okay.
Fortunately, it's real easy for Korax because you only need one success to get anywhere.
Okay, you said easy for Korax, but easy for Katie because we're all seeing how Katie rolls.
I mean, yeah.
You can spend a willpower on this if you would like, which gives you an auto success.
I say that. So what's the roll again?
Stamina and primal urge, difficulty 6.
And you can spend willpower if you want.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you have one auto success, which means you can't botch this. You can still fail it though, but 2 successes, yeah. You reach inside of you and you feel this sort of black writhing mass that doesn't make any sort of sense. And you just, the moment your perception touches it, there's a flash, and all of you see Carrie just sort of bend and break and fill out with those 2 large wings, rising to about 9 feet tall, covered head to talon in black feathers. Not too bad for the first try. It gets easier.
How's the leg?
There's no pain.
Yeah, she just kind of picks it up and
It's
shakes it.
awkward, of course, because you're using bird legs, but
Yeah,
Yeah. She just picks it up and shakes it.
but any of the residual pain you generally have from those metal parts is not there.
Bird shakes her head.
Wonderful. Now to do the same, now to switch to back to Hamid form, you basically just let go.
Do I need to make a roll for that?
nope.
No.
Returning to breed
Automatic.
form is free.
So you feel that contact with that darkness just snap, and you feel yourself meld back into your Hamid form.
Ow. Sorry, leg.
Yeah.
Form you were born as is considered your natural state, and it's the state that you'll return to in case of being forced out of the change by a number of factors, including death.
Unless you're really, really special case, because there have been a few that there have been a few Garu I know who once they've died, they didn't go back to the form that they were born in.
Yeah, that's a rarity. I don't
Big.
think I've
Yeah,
ever heard.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard of a Garal having it. They might have, but I've never heard of one.
Well, and the DM does not need to hear this, but it's like I don't plan on dying anytime soon.
Fair enough.
I would say keep that plan. only thing I can say, I guess. You're muted, Siobhan, sweetie.
Sorry, my wife is doing things in the kitchen. We are planning on stepping in places that we're not allowed to, so that plan may be penciled in.
We fine.
How is the investigation going, by the way?
We have leads, but at the moment, we're focusing on getting our team to full strength, as you might imagine.
If I told them it wasn't a big deal, but
I
they
told
insisted
her it
otherwise.
is.
Yeah,
But
we all disagreed, and we win
I was
because
out.
we're bigger than you.
As it turns out, having our Korax in full fighting form, and I say fighting with heaviest of air quotes, is very important.
It really is. No, your menagerie is right. Getting the two of you to full strength is probably a good idea, or at least better knowledge of what you're capable of. Because once you know things that you can do and can work towards it, that's an easier jumping off point. But
So what you're all essentially saying is shit's gonna hit the fan, and we don't have time for you to learn shit as it's happening.
Kind of, yeah. If you want to think of it that way, as a method of getting you in gear, because I know you're all about priorities.
I was
Fine.
just gonna say the quicker we get this taken care of, the quicker you get to get the attention taken off of you.
That would be lovely. Thank you. I don't like anybody feeling sorry for me.
Nobody
We're feeling
feels
sorry
sorry
for you. We
you.
need your fucking help.
What I don't understand is here's what I don't understand. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm doing this job. I don't know if I don't even know how to be a fucking Korax. How am I here?
Gaia only knows, but you're here.
Do you think maybe it was the will of Gaia for this to be the way that you're taught?
I don't know. Gaia works in mysterious ways. I don't know.
Also, for why you're on this job, the guy who chose who's on this job standing right there. Like One Wing, why were these two selected? Do you know?
These two were selected instead of the other four that are in the city, because they could, one, provide insights on a city that they've never been in before. Two, we were both seen as potential up and comers, as people who might be able to help change things here. You can't fix a problem if you don't have outside eyes. And with the two of you not knowing anything, this means we can mold you into the Koraxes that we need.
Also, it's funny.
Take that in the complimentary way and not the manipulative way.
Also, it's how is this funny? What do you mean by?
Do you not see the humor in this situation?
If I'm the joke, then no, I don't.
No, you're
not the joke. You are absolutely not the joke. Are you the punchline? Kind of, but that's not a bad thing.
Could be the punchline.
A couple of Korax who know nothing about being Korax come into town and save the entire fucking place when everyone else who knew what they were doing was sitting on their fucking hands. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Fucking
Thank
hilarious.
you.
Okay,
someone finally picks up on something.
That's where we're getting. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I knew. Listen, we don't talk often, but I knew that the coyote would get it. And you just have a way of seeing things.
I can work with that. That I can work with. And I know you did not.
Yeah, I didn't mean to imply that you are the joke. I more that you are the
gonna make the joke out of everybody else.
Yes.
Sometimes you got to explain the joke. Sometimes it does actually make the joke work.
Yeah.
And I'm
Me-
glad that I'm glad that you clarified about not being manipulative because being molded in the manipulative way because honey, many have tried, none have succeeded.
I mean, there's going to be some people trying to do that as well.
There's always people trying to do that.
Right.
I grew up with it. I try not to replicate it.
I break molds.
Like you're formless clay at the moment. And yes, some people are going to try and get their fingers in there.
You call this formless?
Take that to mean what you. Listen, I was already working on a get their fingers in their joke as it was. So you adding in taking offense at being formless just makes it that much funnier.
Oh no, I
Um,
offense at it. I'm just asking, like, if you have eyes. Because, honey,
We have eyes. We just saw you take a different form.
yeah, the
thank you.
rest of us are here so when people do try to get their fingers in, they realize that their teeth and bite back. The great movie about that.
Did you? Oh
Yes,
God!
I know the movie. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Well aware.
I mean, not talk Fomorian shit here, please.
That's not Fomorian shit. I mean, it is, but also
Okay, so lessons.
yeah, lessons. I mean, there's. Where do you want to begin? What is? I can start with some basic things that we can do. I can start with teaching you to fly.
Why
I
don't
can
we
start-
start? I have a recommendation. Why not start with what the Korax is supposed to do in the grand plan of Gaia?
Oh, we're information gatherers and disseminators. We collect rumors, we collect stories, we collect shiny things, and we
Shit,
pass
I
them
was born
around.
for this.
I figured you might like to hear that part.
Honey, I am all about shining things and gossip.
Listen, I may not look it, but I am quite the mean girl. So, yeah, gossip's sort of been a thing.
Uh, my background is in cosmetology.
Oh, you're a bitch. Got it.
I
mean that in a
at
great
my
way.
job, which means I am great at gossip and great at passing along secrets that nobody else is supposed to know.
I figured you might like that part.
I mean, I also work as a courier, so I mean,
So you're already a step ahead of the game.
yeah. Have you seen me?
All right. You are a child of Raven. You are governed by the sun rather than the moon. Stay away from gold.
Look good in it anyway. Continue.
Yes, but it can deal extreme amounts of damage to you if it's stabbed into you.
Understood.
We have the same allergy that the wolves and the everybody else has with gold instead of silver.
Because of the whole sun, gold, sun. Yeah.
Yes, we are governed by Helios.
Sun god.
Mm-hmm. And there are a number of other. There's a number of other things that obviously there's way too much. We have a complicated lineage. we're we came from before the Wars of Rage, so we've been around since, well, not too long after the Macaulay died. The first time.
Yeah.
The Ice Age.
Okay. Is there a, just so we don't strain ourselves, is there a book with all this information, or like a Wikipedia page, or like what?
I can't say anybody's just started a Korax starter manual. It would make things shit a lot easier.
I'm a very good academic writer.
Generally, we as a society frown on writing down our history in a way that the humans can discover.
Yeah, I mean,
We're already fighting the worm. We don't need to fight the morons.
I completely agree. I mean,
Sorry, the human morons. I have to clarify because wolves exist and
So we're governed by the sun. We're allergic to gold. We can be harmed by gold.
Mhm.
More precisely. Uh, uh, child of Gaia, but under the sun god Helios.
Mhm.
Child of Raven. We've been around since before the first ice age. Um,
What are our feelings on the other creatures? I have been told I'm supposed to not be friends with my friends.
to not be friends with.
oh look, there's something outside that I need to go
don't.
do. Oh no, I am not here for this conversation. I just walk out the door. Or in, you know what I mean.
Walk in the door.
Yeah, I can. Um, his eyes sort of dart between Connor and Callisto. Yeah, I can. I can do that.
There are a couple of friends who are those who are supernatural, but are not changing breeds.
You want to give me a bit more on that?
I'm only going to elaborate as much as Clover feels like elaborating.
I'm gonna do what would my like, hey, it's probably a bad idea to tell this person that my best friend is a vampire role be?
Well, there's this would probably be wits and etiquette.
Excellent.
Difficulty 6.
Wits, etiquette. I think I got none in etiquette. Let's go. Let's name this role Read the Room. All right, difficulty 6, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Got one.
One success. You remember just barely before you open your mouth to explain things. Crystal and Callisto very, very vehemently explaining that the vampires are not supposed to be friends with us.
Well, Crystal vehemently explaining. Callisto being like, people are people.
Fair.
No one's a monument.
But there's that moment where you've been reminded, hey, they're worm spawn. We're not supposed to be associating with them.
Clover, you see her mouth open, and then she goes, his name is Icebreaker, and he's Guru.
That one too.
Okay. Sometimes it pays to be friends with the wolves.
He helped me when I started hearing the things. Not a lot. It just made it more bearable.
I mean, I understand the Guru. You're big, you're violent, and Raven's Beak is fun to point you in the right direction and watch the blood fly. But, they're they talk too much. But if you sit and you know what to listen for it, you can learn a lot. But assuming that they don't, kill you first.
Storyteller question. How many different supernatural beings might Callisto be aware of based on just who has lived under her roof over
I
time?
don't know what I'm doing.
She already knows vampires because of that. I'm just curious if any of the other ones she might already be aware of as well.
I believe it was stated you've had a changeling under your roof
Yeah,
before.
I had at least one changeling.
Let me do some rolls here.
How many wraiths have you had that you just weren't aware of?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. You just don't know.
Has a wraith shown up every now and then? Have I met a mage?
You've definitely met a mage. You've not met a wraith.
Mm-hmm.
A demon has also not graced your home.
So,
By some bizarre twist, a mummy has, though, right?
I mean, probably, but you probably wouldn't know.
yeah, I wouldn't know unless they told me, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, just like you technically could have a princess stay under your roof and never know.
Yep.
I've not played that before.
It's gonna be the next Wednesday game, probably.
Twice.
Do what now?
Oh, I was making a reference to Princess the Hopeful, which is a World of Darkness game that is fighting fear as magical girls in the World of Darkness. And they have to take a form to actually be seen as anything other than just a normal person.
But yeah, Callisto will say as sort of a deflection on the vampire topic as well. I am curious of the larger shifters' opinions on the other supernaturals, changelings, mages.
That's well, we don't get along with the fanged ones. Those are an on-site termination. Though occasionally it's really good to just get one tied to a chair and threaten it with fire long enough to get a bunch of information out of it and then just out into the sun in the morning. The mages worry me. But that's, by the way, if any of y'all didn't know that there's wizards, just throwing that out there. There's wizards.
At this point, I'm pretty sure everything exists.
That was my take too.
I mean, I grew up in New Mexico. We believe in aliens.
So what type of creature would Nessie be?
If I was going to guess, that's a Macaulay that's gotten way too legendary.
Probably more likely some Umbrood that managed to slip through the gauntlet and took up residence in the lake. That's why it keeps vanishing. The gauntlet
in the lake is very
thin
yeah.
at the bottom of the lake and just comes back and forth through.
So wait. Since I can understand spirits now, could I talk to her? We
Yeah,
need
you
to
could
go to
prob-
Scotland
You
immediately.
could probably talk to Nessie if you went.
We need to go to Scotland immediately. Everyone can wait. We need to go to Scotland forthwith. And she pulls out her phone. You see, she's got the Delta app like pulled
Hold
up.
up. We can go to Scotland at our leisure once we deal with the problems at hand.
Fine. If we go to New Mexico, can I at least try to find El Chupacabra?
That's Area 51.
And I mean, on the topic of aliens, I mean,
That's about the point when Crystal pokes her head in. Sorry, what about Chupacabra?
We're gonna go speak to Chupacabra.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. You know what really
No,
gets my goat?
No, we absolutely are not. There are
What?
certain things that you do not fuck with.
What time of
Oh, are
year
you
is it
speaking from
again?
experience?
What was that, Dravian?
What time of year is it?
It's summer.
Okay. Connor already has tickets to Scotland. The coelacanths get together on Halloween. So Connor already has tickets for Scotland.
Wait. Hold on. And she's going to like get up from the ground and with grace that you weren't expecting from someone who's taken 8 hits of acid, spider monkeys onto Connor with her hands on his face. He goes, "Are we going to Scotland for Samhain?"
No.
I mean, that's my plan.
I could kiss you on the mouth. And then just like drops, like literally like fireman pole, like down Connor and sits on the floor.
as Callisto looks over at that. On the topic of aliens,
What day? What? Remind me. What time of year is it currently?
It's
Summer.
June.
It's
It's
June.
June. We got
Yeah.
months.
I just. The Carrie's just gonna start cackling because she's gonna say, "I just want to see.
You got June, July, and September.
I want to see Clover get past TSA."
That's the problem. You people, I swear. First of all, how many of you want to go on government lists? I'm already on several.
Are you all
But-
telling me that we don't know anyone important enough with a private jet?
There are better ways to go about it. To bypass it so we don't have to A, spend money on plane tickets, B, have to pass through TSA,
That's a long fucking
C,
trip. My arms are gonna
B,
get tired. Okay.
C, be stuck, the group of us, y'all being rage monsters in a metal tube with, children and Karens and the French for 16 hours.
I love the French as an intro.
To be
So-
entirely fair, my family is Irish, so I think I'd have more trouble with the English on that flight.
Yeah, it's really
okay,
the
yeah,
English.
that's fair. We will just have to make some Umbra friends and we'll be fine.
I will wait till Samhain to go to Scotland.
Good.
They
The
won't
point
let
I
me
was-
take my athame on the plane, though.
No,
I
they
just-
will not.
I guess I could go in my checked luggage. You can have knives as long as they're in your checked luggage.
Sweetie, if you get it dedicated to yourself, we can head there through the Umbra.
I can
All right, so
dedicate it.
these Korax lessons that you're going to teach us.
Yes, we have found the motivation.
The point, the side comment I was gonna make, by the way, was that based on the conversation I had with the mage that lived under my roof for a bit, alien sightings are most likely mages fucking with people.
If I had the power of the cosmos at my hands, I too would use it to fuck with people.
I mean, my dad said they're Umbra. So
I mean,
I mean,
both.
I don't care
The thing
what
is-
they are. It's great for tourism.
The thing is, the mage that I spoke with was more familiar with the Umbra than I thought a normal human would be. Apparently, mages deal with that shit too.
I mean, why can't it be column A, column B? Like
All right, we're getting off track.
some people make their cranberry sauce, some people get it from a can. It's all
As
good.
much as I want to feed alien conspiracy theories among all, we should get back on target.
Correct.
Because otherwise we can't
it.
go into the other. We can't go to Scotland for Samhain.
Okay.
If you can help me quiet the voices,
So
I will be sober enough to get through TSA.
Corax.
We shouldn't go through TSA, but
Okay.
I will still help you do that though, in case you
So-
ever need to.
that's a 4 months from now problem.
So we have assuming the world doesn't end. So Korax background, Korax Cliff Notes version, and flying lessons. Anything else?
I
Like
mean,
I'm assuming it's not just like a 1 week course.
oh no, it's not. Either of you have any particular inclination towards the dead?
No.
I'm unsure if the spirits are nature spirits or those are past.
Oh,
No.
is this the thing that? Oh,
Y'all want to learn how to talk to a dead body?
I do.
Sure.
And that's where we're going to go to break. Remember, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around a bit, and we will be back in just a few minutes after these commercial messages.
We're back.
Welcome back.
Dinosaurs.
No.
I mean, there's at least one in Loch Ness.
That's the kid. That's I thought you were going back to the good news story about the saber kitty.
Oh yeah, the Smilodon. That's not a dinosaur though.
I know, but like prehistoric
Love, we're back.
stuff.
Hi, we're back. So as discussions of talking to a dead body are brought up, One Wing holds up a finger, then reaches into his pocket, pulls out a phone.
Sorry, what dead body are we talking to again?
I
say again, you haven't said who the first time, but I'm trying to be polite.
So he pulls out the phone, dials a number, holds it to his ear. Hey, Mikey. Yeah, hold on. So you know that thing? Yeah, no, the other thing. The morgue, you idiot. Yes, I have two. Yeah. Okay. Fine. 200? Yeah. Click. Okay, we're gonna go to the county morgue.
Excuse me?
I don't. We are
You're gonna
going
go
to
talk to a
go
dead
to the
body.
county morgue
Why?
To talk to a dead body.
to talk to a dead body.
Right.
Why?
To learn how
Because
to
that's
talk
a
to
thing
dead
we
body.
can do.
Why not? Why are we
That's a-
all so? No, we have to talk to the dead. Let's go.
All right.
No,
sorry.
listen, I'm not opposed to the notion. I was just curious as
No.
to why.
I've heard that this is a thing the Korax do.
Okay, so let's.
Oh, well,
I
No
did-
one
okay,
let me
cool.
know that. I'm
I
an anthropologist. I
just
don't have to worry about research. I can just ask them.
I
I've
don't
heard-
have
I've
anything
heard-
against it. I just didn't know what was going on.
I've heard it's a little broad and hard to get specific, so you'll have to try and figure out what you learn from.
Hmm.
Clover is like vibrating.
I-
Excited.
Are you
All
sure?
right, let's go be necromancers, I guess.
Race, you there?
Oh, you're asking me to fly?
I mean,
I don't know where the fucking place is.
I mean, I can kick you off the roof and you can
Can I
figure it out.
use Google Maps while in Ravenfall?
you don't have
don't have
hands
hands.
while in raven form, so no.
What if I got one of those like tourist things where it's like the neck purse that sticks the phone in it? Do you
Then
think I
you
could
would be flying the wrong direction because you'd be looking down at your necklace instead of up where you're flying.
All right,
You'll be a distracted flyer.
we're going to have to rig up something that I can put a phone in my field of vision while in Raven form. I have a terrible sense of
nope.
direction.
Nope.
That sounds like a
No.
bad idea.
One
Nope,
Wing just
nope,
kind of watches this and just and bird, and then flies off.
Your turn.
Fucker. Okay.
You got 10 seconds and then I push you off the no pressure.
If I fall, you're coming with me.
10,
9,
9,
8,
8,
7,
God, it's taking me a minute to
six,
pull up my
five,
character sheet.
4.
Bird.
Three.
And it is
So-
counting the fuck down.
I was trying to find my inner piece, you idiot, and the countdown doesn't help.
While they're counting down at Carrie, Callisto will say to Clover, "If you want, you can ride with me, and we can start talking about handling spirits. Because I know you're going to start hearing them the instant you shift."
Clover's already a bird.
Fair enough.
Just a giant white raven. And then Clover just kind of
Don't I need
does
to
the little bird hop to the edge and then just
Yeah, it'll be another stamina and primal urge roll.
Okay, let me do that. Like,
3,
I know I can't just shout
2.
bird. I will hurt you.
Can't you also,
Yep.
well, besides you succeed the roll, can't you also just spend rage to...
Yeah, you can.
I think we
spend
only
rage
get one
to-
rage though.
Did I roll it or
To
did
start
it?
with, yeah.
You rolled it.
It rolled.
We're good.
It rolled.
We're both
but
birds.
Okay.
Well,
that's just
Clover-
in case of failure, you can
Clover
always
only
spend
made
the
it to
rage.
Krynos with 1 success.
It's
Yeah.
fine that you only have 1 rage. That's why there's a Nuisha in your party.
Oh wait, I
It'll
thought.
help you get that rage back quickly.
Oh wait.
So since
So
you're
wait,
born
one
Hamid, you
success
have to
is
go
just
to Krynos,
Ah.
and then you have to go to.
Yep.
Carrie got 2 successes, so she went straight into bird.
It takes 1 success per step of transformation you transition.
Okay.
So human to Krynos to bird.
Okay.
For Korax, there's
There
only
you go.
3
There we
stages, whereas everyone else have 5.
Oh.
So the 2 of you take your bird forms.
Clover just does some little hops before she jumps up onto the side of the roof and then just takes off.
Notably, when you change into bird, the countdown doesn't stop. 3, 2.
You're just gonna like football yeet the
No, the count. Connor also is counting down. Except now that you're in bird form, Connor's like crouched, eyeing you suspiciously.
Would be crouched because we're like fucking like aren't we like 9 feet tall?
Well, in Krynos form, you're 9 feet tall. In bird form, you're just a raven.
Okay,
Yeah.
We're a particularly large raven, but we are a raven.
Wait, Siobhan, did you say that Clover hopped on the edge?
Oh, she's going for it. She flew the first time she transformed.
she
You hop on the edge. Connor counting down doesn't hit 0 and pushes.
Yeah, she'll go.
Huh?
Carrie just turns her head over her shoulder, gives a look
2.
like I will fuck your shit up.
1.
Don't touch me. It goes and just like jumps off and starts.
Question, DM. Can I use my
Mhm.
voice of the mimic to do a Wilhelm scream as I get pushed off
Yes.
the edge of the
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So yeah, the white bird tumbles and there is a Wilhelm scream, and I need both of you to give me dexterity and athletics difficulty 5.
Okay.
There's a little bit of natural inborn instinct into your form
Where?
that is
on my
assisting you with
rolls?
this.
Actually, I have great things and great dots in both of those things.
Mhm.
Don't
Good.
forget, because you're in bird form, you get +1 dex.
Yes.
Okay, so is that remind me how +1 works? It's just an extra dice.
It's actually an extra.
Yeah.
It's
If
it's an extra
you-
die.
Yeah.
So what would is that the mod, like add one mod to that?
We're gonna have to show you how to set up your forms sheet on your character
Yeah.
sheet at some point, but for now, yeah, just put a +1 mod.
I mean, it's the first time.
That was a bunch of 1s, and you still made a success.
Yeah. That is that's what we like to call a success clawed from away from the hands of failure.
Yeah.
So Clover, you topple, you Wilhelm scream, and you just throw your arms and catch the wind. And it's shaky at first, and the first few times of trying to understand how to get lift and understanding the mechanics of flying takes a second. Carry a similar thing. You have a lot of confidence, you take that first jump, and you begin going straight towards the ground. And there's a little bit of floundering, but your wings get out from under you into full wingspan, and you catch a breeze. You're also about 10 feet from the ground when that happens. So, but the 2 of you managed to fly.
I lean
And-
over, put my arm, have an angle up, obviously,
Mhm.
on Callisto's shoulder, and like they grow up so fast.
Because she knows that that you are a Nuisha. She just kind of shifts her shoulder forward as if she's going to push you off the roof.
That's fine.
Oh, it's really tempting to ask if Crystal gets to the edge of the roof.
Could be.
For Crystal's sake, I hope not.
No, fuck it.
Fair.
Do it. Yes.
Yeah, by all means, you can attempt to push her off if you want.
Yeah, if Crystal's at the edge, then Connor attempts to push.
Go
You
for
can
it.
roll me a willpower roll because I know that's part of your compulsion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's literally your cat compulsion, isn't it, to push things off ledges?
Yep.
I didn't even
That's
think about
amazing.
that.
I love that so much.
I just thought Connor was being a dick.
No, Connor
No.
literally has it's
I have
ingrained
the
into him
flaw.
to knock stuff off of ledges.
Yeah, I willpower roll.
Yeah.
I
Difficulty
totally
6.
forgot that Connor was a cat. Okay.
You can fail if you want.
Or
you
It's
can
your
also
choice
just
whether you do it.
yeah. This is your choice on whether you push her or not.
Crystal's on the ledge and sees Connor's eyes fucking like saucers and just reaching and stops for a moment.
I want you to think about your next step.
I was about to say, I
He
didn't
hasn't
think Connor
moved.
was this
He hasn't
mischievous.
tried
and
to
then it makes
escape.
sense that is cat compulsion.
Just standing there, just perfectly needs. Just think about what you're about to do.
You see Connor just incredibly conflicted, like hand reaching forward, pulling back, reaching forward.
I ain't gonna
pulling
stop you. Because there's no fun in that.
meanwhile, down at the morgue.
Well, my question is the rest of the menagerie heading towards the morgue, or are you guys gonna stay on the roof?
So what Callisto does while Connor is being conflicted about that is, all right, let's get going, and then slaps Crystal in the back.
Real
Crystal, roll me dex and athletics real quick.
I
Difficulty
am
six.
going to Crystal reaches into her her pocket really quick. I imagine she having already considered this as a possibility, already had her hand pulls out a mirror, and I'm gonna try to as I fall off the roof of this place, across the gauntlet.
Okay.
I will spend a
Difficulty of the
willpower on
gauntlet
this.
here is difficulty of the gauntlet here is 7.
Okay, spending a willpower. Oop, not pool mod 7.
You didn't botch.
Splat.
So when you hit the ground,
Dex athletics to catch yourself. I don't know.
yeah, roll dex athletics. I just want to.
Superhero landing. Let's go.
Do I have it? Yep, here we go.
The good news is, if you guys break her legs, all you got to do is just drag her back into the apartment building, let her turn into Latrani, and then you can turn back, and you guys are good.
Yep. What difficulty?
Let's go 6.
Okay.
Let's go 6. 5 successes.
Oh,
okay.
wait. Why the fuck? No, wait. I'm on the wrong form currently.
Oh, were you on
Yeah,
I do
It's
not have a
7.
dexterity of 7.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let me reroll that. Sorry.
5 successes on 7 dice. The only time that
I was about to say,
Jeremy
now
rolls
you're gonna
well is
botch
when-
it. You got the good roll out of the way.
Okay.
I
Got
mean,
one
one
success.
Bonk!
Everything hurts.
Yeah, like,
Um,
how many stories is this?
This is the 3-story building.
Okay.
So,
Not the worst thing I've fallen off of.
with
Did I
one
manage to
success-
land in a dumpster or something?
Uh, yeah, actually, Callisto has pushed you right off of the ledge straight into the dumpster underneath.
Because Callisto was looking down that whole time, was like, perfect positioning.
So I can notion I fall in, the lid
The lid.
shuts.
And for a brief second,
then
you're
I'm
like,
going-
"Oh my god, I died!"
And then I'm going to shift form.
Oh no.
That way I'm not hurt when I climb out.
No, completely fair.
Steal my primal urge.
Okay.
Gonna take me a minute, a bit. Actually, no. You know what?
You're already
Doesn't
out
matter.
of
I
brief
can still
form. You're
heal.
good.
Yeah.
So
So a larger crystal comes out. Ah.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I deserve that.
Callisto makes her way down.
Regeneration ability is making hijinks survivable since the 1950s.
Yep.
As the three of you pile into a Callisto's truck, I assume, or are you guys taking the bitchmobile?
I mean, Callisto's taking her truck regardless.
Fair enough.
I am not leaving this. I'm not leaving this in this neighborhood.
Completely justifiable. Okay, I didn't have to do any rolls. So you make your way to the morgue. The three flyers. The two of you are making your way, and just barely you're able to see one wing. This black dot on the edge of your vision. You guys are just constantly following. And after about a 10-minute flight, he begins to descend towards a hospital.
Going to the roof of the hospital, I'm guessing.
He's not.
Okay. Just follow wherever he goes.
And he lands. There's a small like seating area, and he lands on one of the tables there, and then hops down and just sort of walks over to a corner and just sits and waits, looking. And after a minute, he does spot the two of you. And when he catches your eyes and he knows that you guys have pinpointed where he's landed, he flies around the side of the building.
About to say morgue is usually only accessible from like a back entrance. Look, Glover's following. She's like, I'm gonna get talked to a dead body. Let's go. Like she is lucid right now.
The great thing about being crows or ravens is that you're not really noticed. So when he flies into an area of the hospital that they drive through to deposit bodies, he lands on a parked ambulance, and the corridor is completely empty from people. And after he sees the two of you land, he hops down the edge of the ambulance, hits the other side, and then Hamid form walks around the edge.
But Clover will follow suit.
Same for Carrie.
Well, good for the two of you. Good job.
Clover's already digging in the bag of holding, pulling out her
Yep.
watching tape.
Yeah, you got a bit ahead of us before we could do the whole, like...
I got pushed off the
Changing it
building.
to
We jumped
perfect.
out a window.
Yeah, I mean, if I had gotten past your field of vision, that's just one more part of the test as you get here.
I have bad eyes. That's ableist.
And I don't know what where the fucking morgue is, so
Right, newcomers. Well, you made it here regardless.
What are you doing on the table? Get off the table.
My
oh,
fucking
we're just
life.
cries to a dead body.
I just heard pause on table. I was like, wait.
What are you doing on the table? Get off the table.
Fun fact: the man who did the ukulele cover of "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" was too far for, or too large for the slab that we usually embalm people on, so he had to be embalmed on the floor. Anyways, continue. He did have to.
His name was
Fascinating.
Israel. Don't remember his last name.
Is that a seahorse?
It is a seahorse,
You never see those.
and it's weighted too. It's my emotional. I got it at Home Goods, by the way, so you should go.
Don't tell me to buy things. Anyway, One Wing walks towards the entrance to the morgue. The thing you notice is the heavy lock and the key card access, which he just walks over to the window, tap, 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 and then just waits.
Clover.
Of course, he does that with one arm.
Clover has her hand in the bag of holding, and you see her pull out like a little case, and then he does the taps, and she puts it away.
And there's about 2 minutes of dead time during which you can just stuff as many edibles as you need to into your body.
Oh yeah, she pulls out her washi tape and is essentially feeding it into her mouth like a fruit by the foot.
No, Carrie is going in with the coffee and weed she had this morning, and that's about it.
Clover produces a joint from, you don't know where, her hand wasn't in her bag, but she hands you a joint and a lighter.
Later.
The
It just says
African American.
It
Go
says
on.
it's just a tobacco-free campus. It says nothing about weed.
Yeah, but I want to focus on the weed, and I can't focus on the weed right now.
Mood. So an African American man answers the knocks. Pair of black scrubs. Come on in. And the three of you file in as he leads you into the morgue. And walks over to one of the drawers and just pulls a slab out. The person on the slab is probably, you would guess, somewhere in middle age. It's hard to determine, anywhere between 40 to 60, with like the wrinkles and everything. Wild mess of tangled gray hair that just has a ton of debris in it. And they are wearing, or they're completely naked. But their entire body is pockmarked in bruises and cuts. Their fingers are sort of worn away from time, calloused and cracked. And the attendant just says, "Drifter, we'll clean her up and, cross all the T's, dot all the I's. But for the time being, no one's claimed her, and she's been here for 24 hours. So
If she goes unclaimed for, I believe it's 2 weeks, you can have her have a proper burial by utilizing apprentice embalmers.
here, that'll fair.
That's a little
But-
Siobhan knowledge peeking out there.
I am on a smoke break, he says as he turns and just walks out of the morgue.
Bye.
And you see One Wing. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. And then you'll hear the door outside open. Okay. He just leans over and pries open the left eye.
It'd already be open. Sorry.
You're right. No, you're right. You're right. I do not know much about the process of death because that is a topic I have attempted to avoid because that is a rabbit hole I don't want to go down.
It would already be open. Yeah. Anyways.
But he gestures to the left eye.
Clover
That's
pokes
where all
it.
your secrets are.
Clover pokes it.
I will note for the storytellers information as well. You get different things from a different eye, and unless you have a double draft, which only one of you has, you only get one pick.
Now, each of these eyes tells secrets.
Okay.
As Julia looks up the gift again.
The left eye tells you the bad things about their death.
Mm-hmm.
The right eye tells you the good things about their death.
Well, do you want to see darkness or light? There's two eyes here. Both of you can do this.
I think Carrie should have the light after her afternoon.
Are you sure about that? There's a
Fine.
whole three-eyed raven thing.
Water under the bridge. Let's go. What do I do?
Take
Either
bird
you
form and
squeamish.
eat the eye.
No.
Cool. Turn into birds and eat those eyes.
Okay.
Carrie, you're going to want to be on the right.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to want to be on the left, Clover.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Specifically, drink from the eye. But yeah.
Yeah, drink from the eye.
2 successes. I'm automatically raven.
The stamina primal urge thing, right?
Yep.
Into bird forms, both of you.
Clover just dives in. This is exciting. She's up here for it.
Carrie, does it like taking a shot?
That's a diff 7 perception and empathy roll.
Mm-hmm.
If 7 perception and empathy. Is there any sort of bonus for being in raven form?
That's what lets you do it.
Yeah.
Perception, empathy.
All right. Well, we're gonna
Hey,
up in my empathy. 2 successes.
eating eyes.
I'm up in both
Okay.
those things.
So as the two of you drink from this drifter's eyes, which is the weirdest sentence I've ever said.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I'm a DM. There's way worse. As the two of you drink, memories begin flooding in that aren't your own, which is a unique experience. Because it's sort of like watching a movie in your head. Carrie, this woman's death has brought about the end to her battle with cancer. Quick, unknown. That's the saving grace of that. Is that the death was quick and unknown. The other good thing that you can tell from this is that just from looking at her and getting a little bit more from the drought is that she has been drifting for a long time. This is not a person who's just newly homeless. This is someone who's been perpetually homeless for a long time. And she's come to the end of her struggle and she no longer has to continue that. That's the only saving grace. Clover. The last few nights for this woman have not been good. There have been, you get visions of her coughing up blood, of immense amount of pain, and things starting to shut down, and a constant state of not understanding what's happening. That's the thing that truly fills you, Clover, is this overall sense of why am I dying? And that fear that comes with that question. And you know that she died alone, but was found and brought here.
Storyteller, is there any way to know this woman's name?
No. At least not at the current level you're at.
Girl, the way I'm going to level up this skill so hard. Clover takes a look at her while she's in raven form, sitting on her, sitting by her head, and just kind of brushes her beak like against her cheek. And in the voice of the mimic, says, "Good night, sweet prince. Let flights of angels sing thee to thy rest," from like a production of Hamlet she's seen.
And as the two of you are brought back into the current moment, one wing is leaned against the lockers, or against the wall of slabs. It might not be pretty, and it's definitely not going to be fun every time. But this will give you knowledge of what's happened, and it's super useful if you find a corpse anywhere, because that can tell you who or what might have killed it. And it's about this time that the gentleman who led you guys in here opens the door.
It comes back to this guy and two ravens.
I'm gonna go get a coffee, and just leaves. I've basically told him just not be in the room in case anything weird happens, and I would think this classifies as weird for his general day-to-day.
Bird shrug.
Clover will pop back
Bird
to
shrug.
human. Pop back to human and go, well, I do know that in death prep they do, or body prep, they put ping pong balls in there if they're not present. So she'll be fine.
Harry comes back and like wipes her eyes and goes, I wish I knew her name. Doesn't seem like anybody has for a long time.
Assuming the tag that's connected to her general presentation just says Jane Doe.
Yeah.
Presumably.
I've taught a few others that trick as well, and we have managed to solve a murder before, so it's not always bad.
Some felonies are worth doing.
Agreed. And everything's legal till you get caught.
This was cancer.
Well, don't want to talk about that. Was it quick?
Yeah.
Not pleasant in this way.
No, of course not.
I just
I do want it noted.
I
Clover
understand.
has turned back and not taken any substances. Just for
I understand that this is a useful and helpful skill.
It's not for everyone.
I understand that as well. I'm just now thinking of someone who died alone and no one knew her name. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Wherever she is, I mean, depending on what you believe, at least she's no longer in pain.
That is good. Um,
I just feel like nobody should leave this world without someone knowing who they are.
well, that's the thing you've given her. You don't know her name, but you know her story, and you know more than anyone how she died.
Do,
So hold on to that, at least.
Do I know if like spirits in the Umbra can be those who have passed on?
Give me an intelligence and occult check, difficulty 7.
Intelligence and occult. Where is it? Have it. Oh, reliable. There we go. Difficulty 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wouldn't be my specialty. 2 successes.
Spirits of humans do not go to, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the spirits of humans go to the abyss, not to
Umbra.
the
I believe
Umbra,
I
correct?
believe the Abyss is a subsection of the Umbra, isn't it?
So
Cosmology is weird.
the Shadowlands
Mhm.
is the term for the land of the dead, is a portion of the Umbra.
Okay.
It is the Dark Umbra. That is generally for those who stay longer than, for those who become ghosts. That's where they go.
Mhm.
Clover.
Most souls just go wherever souls go that nobody knows the answer to.
Clover will pull one of the apparently many clippings of Garfield that she has in her bag, put it in the woman's hand, and goes, "If you ever find yourself in the Umbra, they're a big fan of him over there. It's my doing."
Just spreading Garfield throughout the
The
Umbra.
Gospel of Garfield.
I support
Garfism.
this.
I think that might be enough lessons for the day for the two of you. Unless you are good to keep going. Like, we can,
You know,
but it seems like this is a little emotionally heavy for the two of you.
yeah, I think learning to fly and talking to the dead is a pretty good lesson for one day.
Yeah, I would say that's a productive afternoon.
Clover's gonna look over at him and go, "I want one more lesson."
How to quiet the noise. Okay, well, if timing worked out, I think your friends should be finding a parking garage right now. If not already in one. But
Harry just said, "I'll step out and call them, so we can stop wondering."
Oh yeah, personal experience, cell service does not work in any morgue that I've ever been inside.
I've never been in a morgue and trying to make a call, but I did work in a school that was built like in the 1950s. So yeah, no cell reception whatsoever.
Think heavy duty walls, not
Jesus Christ, that place.
The morgue at
Fairly
Grady
gauge.
feels like you're in the first 15 minutes of a zombie movie.
Yeah. Anyway, but Carrie's gonna step out. She's gonna she's just gonna text the group chat. It's like, "Did y'all make it to the morgue?"
So when I remind the player, you have totem phone.
Oh, that's right. Well, I still got to call because
Yeah. You just don't have to use a cell phone.
Yep.
or maybe I want to use this.
So did you call or did you text?
I texted.
Then you hear in your head, "Yep, we're on our way."
She's got to think. Be more specific.
No.
I'm assuming around the back door. Corpse
Yeah.
intake.
Yeah, I'm standing out here, so as a
Mm.
human, not a bird. So, but if you have fries, I will gladly take them.
Done.
So about 5 minutes go by, and Crystal and Callisto both arrive with Connor in Callisto's car, or Crystal's. I don't know, whichever one you want to be in.
Connor arrives somehow.
He just turns into a cat and goes into the cat dimension where you lose them and then just walks out of the alleyway behind the.
Tied to the front of Crystal's car.
No, he's the suction ornament in the back.
Oh, it's a Garfield! It's a Garfield on the back window!
He is orange.
Thank you.
Clover is strictly going to learn how to make lasagna so she can just have one every time she sees Connor.
And
You've
every
given me a
Monday,
lasagna every day this week.
and every Monday she's like, "I'm not going to call Connor. I'm not going to call Connor. He's going to be angry at me. I'm not going to call Connor."
Just call Connor. Connor, I need to check in on your mental state. It is a Monday.
Connor, I'm actually kind of indifferent to Mondays. I don't really notice them.
Connor, our unbothered king.
No, Connor notices Mondays. He has to open the pharmacy.
Oh, yeah.
Clover inside one wing looks at you. Okay. I know the Corax to take you to.
Do I need to transform again?
If you'd prefer, we can go by vehicle. I don't really care.
Don't want to be sober. Over
Right. How about we get you outside and we smoke a joint? How about that? And he just sort of unceremoniously pushes the slab back and shuts the door. And as the two of you walk out, that morgue attendant is standing on the right side of the doors and just waits to see you turn the other way and start walking, and then just walks inside without saying a word. I pay him like $500 a month, and he lets me do that.
Does he know you help when you do that?
Sometimes.
All right. Do you have any connections to? Oh, what would it be? It'd be CBI, right? We're in California. CBI? Or the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner?
I'm sure I can get the numbers.
Okay. It's hard to see that, but if it can be used to help, I want to do that.
Of course.
And Clover takes out a joint and does not offer it to him and just smokes the whole thing.
Okay. So we're gonna go see Magpie. That's what we're gonna do.
Honestly,
She'll-
they keep calling birds other birds. The words not mean things.
Oh, words mean things. She's the one who chose her name.
Why'd it have to be another bird?
Love to
It could
know.
have been like shark or something.
No, the Rokea don't take kindly to that sort of thing. Though we are
Honestly.
like an hour from the nearest ocean, so likelihood of just bumping into one of those is a little low.
You say that, but somehow I feel like I'm going to run into one now.
I mean, it's always possible. Probability and the creator and whatnot.
I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm in a game and I'm being directed towards important NPCs.
Yeah, I choose not to think too deeply on that because then you start spiraling.
Well, and if you meet a street shark, you probably want to run, says Callisto as she comes around the corner.
Also, very, very true.
They tend to get even angrier if they gotta get separated from the ocean for too long.
Okay, if she can't be shark, let me think of it. What animal doesn't have a changing breed? She can be a quokka.
I was about to say basically any prey animal will count as a changing breed.
They don't have any natural predators.
I mean, I've heard rumors.
I'll say, now that you say that, I'm now envisioning the werequokka that's about to be very annoyed.
I heard something about were possums at one point, and I just noped out of Louisiana.
Where?
Though I hear the vampire problem's worse down there than anyway.
Not according to my friend Bercy. She's lived there a long time. She's never seen one.
Let me tell you, one time when I was driving through Oklahoma, saw a were hamster using a Ferris wheel as a running ball. It's the
That
craziest
sounds
thing.
incredible. Why was I not
Wild.
turned into a were hamster? That's actually no. If I was a were hamster, then that would mean I would have to die some tragic death at the hands of something else.
Generally a toddler.
Mine was a dog.
Oh. Poor cat.
Looks at Connor.
Yes, side eyes over at Connor.
Connor's only half paying attention, looking around.
Okay, is this like backloading dock Grady, where it's literally a loading dock with a side down? Clover is making sure she's not standing too close to the edge because now she's scared of Connor. It's only about a 6-foot drop, but still.
We can ride with everybody else. That'll be fine. Though if you don't want everybody else to go to that, or you'd like to just go with me, that'd be fine as well. Whatever works.
Clover, do you want us to go with?
No,
No, that's not what I asked you.
I don't have anything to hide.
Would you feel more comfortable with some of us, none of us, all of us?
You all can come. I'll be okay.
Okay.
Would any of us not being there make you more or less okay?
Is Connor going to push me off a building again?
Callista looks over at Connor. I'm assuming not if you don't stand on an edge.
I don't plan on it.
That was my finest Wilhelm scream that I have managed since I've changed, though. Thank you.
That was impressive. All right then. Yeah, let's. I will direct you all to magpies.
Should we give
And
her? So I don't know
go on. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
their pronouns.
Oh, one wing is he, him.
Him, but
Magpie.
She, her.
um, shouldn't we give her some warning first before?
No. Generally, the best way to drop by magpies is to not alert her you're coming. If
What
she
time
knows
is it?
people are coming, she tends to leave.
What time is it by now at this point?
It's getting on towards evening. It's
Okay.
around 4:00.
Clover's just like, keeping an eye on the time to make sure Percy texts her when they get up.
As you all pile into the various vehicles and begin your trip towards Clover's potential next instructor, that is where we will end for the week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.